y'all, Shannon here from Creative Chaos in Tennessee, and today we are back with day 26 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, and today's sketch was created by Tanya Peterson. Sorry if that's wrong, but I will pop the sketch up on the screen. And I am also, for the first time ever, playing along with Off the Board with pineapple papers. And, excuse me, Pip, you can't join in. Pretty much Off the Board is where you go to your Pinterest board. We all have them, right? With all the things that we want to do, but don't have the time to. And you pull something that you have saved on your Pinterest boards as inspiration and use it. So, I ended up picking a mood board. I have lots of mood boards saved because I have been, of course, doing the guest designer spot over on my Scrappy Life crops. And I usually have to pick a mood board for one of my challenges. So, whenever I was looking through my Pinterest boards to figure out what I wanted to use, I saw that one and thought, I have the perfect pictures and the perfect collection, so it all came together, so woohoo! Might not be as easy. Now, this hop happens the last Wednesday of every month, but in July, it is every day, and then they have, different set days for different things to pick from your Pinterest boards. So, you'll hear more about that in July. I plan to play along as much as possible. But, I am using my Graphic 45 collection that I got from my winnings from National Scrapbook Day. And I first saw Janet Madison use this, and I loved it, but I was like, I would not use that because I don't do the month in review or year in review or whatever with the calendar. I don't make the calendars, all that stuff. But I love this. I love the nature feel of it, and so I ended up getting it anyways, just to fill in the $150. And I love it, and I'm using it, and I hope this inspires you to use it in a different way. Now, I'm only using one piece of paper from it, and it's this one. And this one is from the February, and there's lots of things in this collection I won't use. Now, I could pull this out and use February, maybe for something on a different page that is not this based. But I see lots of elements. This is the back side. It's just, the greenery. And I love this too. But you get 2 sheets of each in the collection. And, but there's lots of things I won't use probably. Which Brooke's birthday is in February. So I could use these pieces on something else if I cut them out. But like this one has Aquarius. It has like the horoscope type stuff. It says Pisces. It has a lot of like different things on it that it says. Like this one says the constellations. You know, it has all these things, and I don't know that I would necessarily use all of the constellations and things like that. So this one's going to be a challenging collection for me to use because I need to think outside the box. But I'm going to show y'all how I used it. So I did take one sheet and I cut it all apart. And sorry for the glare. I don't know if I said that, but this is what I'm going to use, and this is what I have left from cutting the sheet apart. So, you know, I can still totally use this as the greenery side, or I can use this nature part, because, you know, stuff like this I would use. This one was one of the strips. It has several strips on it. But what I see is lots of embellishments and different ways to use this. So I'm going to use a black background cardstock so that I don't have to use a whole sheet of this, because y'all know I need to save it. But I want to get my most bang for my buck out of this stuff. I did pull out some greenery from my stash, and I found this little mushroom, and it actually matches this collection perfectly. So I'm going to dig and see if I can find some more of that stuff. I think that was like from maybe a Tim Holtz ephemera pack or something. I don't know. Maybe those was gifted to me. I'm not sure. But I have all of these pieces. Now this is this stuff. One of the quotes, some of the greenery, these little signs that I said I probably won't use, I'm going to use it for the greenery side. And then also this that says stay true to your roots, I'm going to use it for the greenery side. Now this was this piece that says what we think we've become, and it has the planets and sun, and, or the moon and the sun and all that in it. And I didn't want that. And it would be hard to cover up without covering up the greenery. So I decided I was just going to fussy cut it and make it into a frame, get rid of all the other stuff, and then just keep the greenery in the frame around it. So that's another great way to use up things that you don't necessarily know or would use or whatever. I just turned it into a frame to use. So that's the parts I'm going to use. And I am scrapbooking the last of the Kentucky Vacation pictures. These are from in the coal mine. And these are from actually in the coal mine. We got to tour. We was actually able to go pretty far up in there. It's in the side of the mountain, of course. And this picture was a giant ventilation fan that they used, of course, to get fresh air in there. And it was gigantic. But it was so pretty, like the setting of it. You know, there's ferns and rocks and all that because it is the mountain. And these are not very good pictures because they were such low light. But this was like one of their carts in there on the rails. And then this is, you can see where this one is actual bracing to help hold it up. This is where an actual, where a fall, what was it called? a slide happened and closed it off. But you could go so far up in that part, but that's where it was, had fell in. So it was really interesting, and of course they told the history and all that stuff of it. So let's just get to it. This one's gonna be simple. I am deviating from the sketch, but y'all know I usually do. But I did use it for inspiration for how I laid out my pictures and the design in general. So, and I'm actually not going to do any mixed media or anything. This one's just going to be cutting and gluing. So this one is a Cricut. This is a Cricut cardstock. It is textured. I don't know if you can see. But it works really nice, and it's black, even though my lights kind of make it look lighter. So I am just going to work on gluing. I'm going to use this strip kind of to symbolize how she had the design squares over there. And I'm getting glue on everything. Alright, let's see here. I'm just going to put this down to kind of symbolize the little squares. And then I have my photos. And I cut my photos down. I did have them at 4x4, but they were just too big. I didn't like them. I had to rip it all back up. And then I cut them down to 3.5, and then my mats to 3 3/4 squares, so that everything could fit on there good. Not be crowded and jumbled in. Still be able to see the pictures. There are a few ways I was going to do it. Actually, it goes like this. You can see the actual carts that they put the coal in to move it out, and the rails. All that stuff was still there. It was really interesting. If you're really into that kind of stuff, it's really interesting. The history stuff and all those things. I love it. Whenever we take vacations, we tend to look for that kind of stuff of what we can go do, like tours or whatever, forts, old forts. We like going and doing that. All right, let's see here. We are going to use this up here. Let's see, let me glue on my picture. So this one's where it needs to be. And then I'll just place everything around it and kind of line it up. It's not going to be perfect because this one is 4x4. I just left it since it was different and had all the greenery in it. Alright, so let's put this down. I'm going to actually use this as my title. It says, the clearest way into the universe is through a forest wilderness. And for this one, I am going to use it, but I wanted to cover up the Pisces part right here. So I'm going to use a piece of paper over it. And I have this one, so I thought I would do it like this because I wanted to just bring in some more of the greenery. Because I love it. It matched so, so good. And like the mood board was perfect. So it's great inspiration to pull out this collection and use it. And I'm just going to put this here and kind of line it up with that. And I don't mind if it covers, I mean, I want it to cover up that, but I don't mind if part of it's showing because it just looks like a moon with the lightning bugs. So I just wanted it to cover up the word because I don't need that. Okay, so then, of course, I'm already deviated from the sketch quite a bit, but I'm going to add even more in the middle and turn it into kind of a grid. But I just cut this down. This was just from my cardstock that I used to mat with, so that I could use this for journaling. And I'm probably not going to tell a big story. Probably just the date and where we were, because the photos are pretty self-explanatory. If you look at them, you can tell they're from a coal mine. And then this frame that I cut out, I am going to put over top of this, and then I can just journal there. Because like I said, I don't need a big spot. I'm just going to put a piece of foam tape there to help hold it up. Give it a little bit of dimension. Alright, and then I have these few little pieces here of the greenery that I thought I would just pop on, just to give it a little more something and help tie everything together. So, I don't know who made all these. I did get them in a swap, so thank you to whoever sent me all this greenery. I will always take greenery. You can always use it for all kinds of things. And I want to say, probably Tiffany sent me a lot of this greenery. Gonna put a few pieces in here or there. This is a little bit different green than the collection, but I like it because it makes it stand out more, I think. So, kind of do my rule of 3. And then I think I'm going to put this here. Should I put it here? I kind of like it better on that side. I don't know why, but I'm going to put a piece of foam on it. Glue on the bottom. And voila! I am going to do my journaling, but that will be the page. So, definitely go and check out the playlist for Off the Board and the playlist for 30 Days of Sketches. Thank you for the great sketch, Tanya. Or, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'm saying that right. Sorry if I'm not. I'm glad you guys came and hung out with me. And until next time, bye, y'all.